Faisal, thank you so much for coming on. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm doing very good. Very good after getting the payout recently. So happy.
That's good to hear. That's very good to hear. We'll get onto your payout a little bit later, but the first question we always ask in these interviews is essentially to get to know you a little bit more as a trader. And the first question is always, how did you start trading? Where did it all start for you?
So I started trading about 2 years ago, and I just got into it somehow. I don't even remember now, but then it was a journey of learning, and and now it's more of a passion. I learn a lot from YouTube, from here and there. Try to work hard to learn as much as I can, and simply I have my own indicator, which I actually trade with,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's working out really good. Yeah, with the payout. Actually, it was 5 days. I just traded just with that indicator, and then yeah, I was managed to get a payout, and
That's amazing.
I'm really happy with you guys, the way like it went so smooth. I've had experience with the other prop firms, but like it's on and off, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, no, understood. That's amazing. I have a million questions now. So did you develop this indicator yourself
I
or
did, yeah, I did. I mean, I'm not.
wow.
I have had to hire someone who can develop it,
Sure,
but it
sure.
was it was all the concept that I have and the things that I was using for the trading, right? So I just try to put in, and then it's working out now.
That's incredible. Yeah, I mean, I'm speechless. I love it when people think outside the box and have, take those initiatives to, like what you did and build your own indicator from your own strategy. That is absolutely fantastic stuff. I would love to see a little bit about it. But before we do that, what kind of trader would you say you are? Would you say you're like a swing trader, intraday scalper? What kind of
More of a scalper.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah, I just I like to scalp, and then just try to make my bread quickly, and then
Yeah,
leave everybody. So yeah, more of a scalper.
that's incredible. Same here as well. I'm all about scalping, especially in the futures, like NQ, ES. Um, yeah, scalping is for me. I like to make my money, get the hell out the market as soon as
Oh yeah.
possible, lock in those profits, and walk away.
Yeah, yeah, that's the way to go.
Uh, that's amazing. Faisal, I would love to know a little bit about your strategy. Is it possible you could share your charts, show us and the
Sure, sure.
viewers,
Yeah, absolutely.
what goes on in your day when you trade?
Uh, Let me see. All right. So the concept is very simple, very easy. This is that something that I use for my trading. So normally my first trade is I take my first trade on NQ. Um,
Mm,
and that is normally on 1 minute.
yeah.
So let's say if we go on NQ and we go onto the 1 minute chart. So the first trade in the morning I always took at 9:31 after the first candle, after first 1 minute candle close. So this will tells me which way the market is gonna go.
Hmm.
So the concept is to look at the first candle, and
Hmm.
then if the candle closes above the 20 SMA, um, and if the candle closes fully bullish or bearish, not with the wick, so then I take my trade towards that direction. So in this case, I did not took the trade until this candle. So when
Right.
this candle closes below the 20 SMA and below both of the clouds, and then I took the trade in next candle. And normally my target is around 350, 300, 350 in that range. As soon I see that profit, I'll lock it, and that's it. I'm done for the day.
Yeah. Wow. That's
And then
incredible.
the other trade, then after trade, let's just say if I miss this trade, then I trade gold.
Hmm.
So gold I always trade on 5 minute, and then on 5 minute I always wait for it, and then I I was just actually giving small lecture to a small community that I have, trading community. So I was telling them the same thing. I was like, I always share this. I heard it from someone, and they said always be a crocodile in the trading, right?
Mm,
Just the way crocodile sits in the water for like hours and hours and wait for the food to get closer and then grab it. So
yep.
same thing, you want to, as a trader, you want to become a crocodile, wait for your setup to play out, and then you go for it.
Yes. I love that
So in the
analogy.
gold, yeah, in the gold, same thing here. When I see both my clouds, I just call them clouds, right? So both my ribbons or both my clouds, when they're at the same directional, and then I see the MACD when the MACD is showing me the full reversal or the full trend strength. That's where I take my trade. I normally set my stop loss to the previous swing high or low, and then I just let it run. And then whenever
Nice.
I see my profit, I just book it there.
That's incredible. And what we're seeing here, the little, almost the signals and everything. This is the indicator you created.
Yes.
Wow. So it all, I mean, looking from this, I mean, it's incredibly accurate. It told you to sell at the top there, and there's a little X. I'm assuming that's to exit the position. Um, this is
Yeah,
really
so I normally, yeah, I
fascinating.
normally don't follow them, to be very honest. I mean, it's for I, like I said, I have a small trading community. They're using it too, right? So I normally don't follow these buy and sell signals. It's more of
Hmm.
I follow the candles. So when I see the
Yeah.
candle closes below these ribbons, that's where I take my trade.
Uh-huh, okay. So you've developed like an indicator that gives you signals, but then you select which ones to choose based on other confluences, like you explained a minute ago. That's
Correct.
fantastic stuff. I mean, you really have a big brain to have created
Well,
and
I
mapped
appreciate
all
that
this
you're
out.
saying it.
This is really fascinating. I mean, hats off to you.
Thank you.
It's rare when I'm blown away by something, and this is something that's I mean, it looks so clean as well. It's not, a lot of times when people create their own indicator, it's really messy. There's so much stuff going on, and it's really hard to understand. But this is super clean. It's almost beginner friendly. It's I love it. I really do love it. It's yeah, really good stuff, Faisal. Really good
Yeah,
stuff.
that was the basically the whole concept because when I traded, there was no one to like I couldn't learn from anyone, right? So I had to watch like a YouTube videos and then there's like everyone have their own way of trading and then you will get a lot of information which you sometimes cannot even process it. So
Yeah,
same thing with me. I have tried I don't know, like hundreds of different indicators, right? And nothing seems to work exactly the way I wanted to until I started working on this, and then I see, okay, no, this is something that is user friendly. It's very basic. It even tells you when the market is ranging. So if the candlesticks are closing inside these clouds, the market is ranging. You don't want to take the trade.
right.
Make sure if it's a bearish trend, make sure the candlesticks are closing below both the ribbons. If it's a bullish trend, make sure the candlesticks are above both the and if the ribbon is orange and red, it's a full-on bearish trend. If it's blue and green, it's a full-on bullish trend.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, really, really nice stuff. Well, you've done incredibly well with it. I mean, obviously you're the creator of it, so you probably understand it better than anyone else. But yeah, this is amazing stuff. Thank you so much for sharing that as well.
Sure,
You
sure,
can now
absolutely.
take your screen away. That
Sure.
Faisal, your strategy, your indicator, everything. I mean, like I've complimented it so many times. I am really fascinated by it. Do you find there's still a psychological part of when you're trading now that you have an indicator to kind of help confirm what you're seeing, if that makes sense? Do you still struggle a little bit with the emotions?
I used to struggle a lot with the emotions, and that's when I used to take really bad trades. So now I just put a stop loss on my trading. So now my stop loss is 3 trades maximum a day, most of the days, right? So let's
Yeah.
just say if I take my first trade, and my first trade I hit my TP, that's it. That's my full stop. I'm not taking another trade. Let's say if I take my first trade and it went against me, then my second trade is going to be to recover it and maybe make
Yeah,
something. If my second trade goes against me, that's it. I'm done for the day. Okay, it's not my day.
yeah,
I will come back tomorrow, right? Now, if my first trade went against me and then second trade I recover something, the third trade is going to be to make something. Okay,
yeah.
and that's it. They're just three trades a day, and that's it. I'm done.
That's an
So this
incredible
is
risk
the way
management.
I'm going now.
And you know what? That sounds absolutely fantastic because that's the right way to do it. We find so many people, the reason they lose a lot is because they just trade too much. They
Yes.
over trading is a real thing, and
Yeah.
it kind of works against you because you naturally you'd think, well, if I'm a profitable trader, surely the more trades I take, the more money I make. But
Hmm.
it doesn't actually work like that at all in real life. So limiting yourself to, like you said, one trade a day. If it's good, walk away. If it's bad, give yourself one more shot. If it's bad again, all right, that's it. Close off. No more trading. Come
Yes.
back the next day. That is definitely the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's sad, especially when people, they have a good little start to the day. They might be up X amount, and then they get a bit greedy, get a bit addicted to it, and then they start trading
I
more.
was one of them. I was one of them not
Yeah.
too long ago. So I kid you not, like one day I was trying to pass the challenge on one of the accounts, and it was like I think it was like a $150,000 account or $100,000 account, and then the profit target was $9,000. So
Mm.
I was up $8,500 in one day. Like I started trading in the
Wow.
morning and I was taking more risk and it was more reward just to make that $500. I just couldn't wait to make that 500 tomorrow. So I wanted to make that 500 today
Mm.
so I can pass it and I just lose as a challenge. And then I
Ah.
realized I was then that was the point actually when I realized that no, you cannot you cannot trade each candle, right? It's not for you. You gotta have to have patience. If you whatever you make today, as long as it's green, you're closing it green, that's it. You'll be happy.
Yeah, I have a similar story as well in my cash account. I was, I'm talking a few dollars away from 1,000, and I thought I didn't want to end the day, being so close to 1,000. I thought, oh, it's only a few dollars. I can make that
Yeah.
in like a couple of seconds, and I somehow ended up losing everything I made. And it
Yeah.
just went all downhill, and I just thought, what? Why didn't I just stop?
Yeah, and I figured that's the curse actually. When you wanted to make that few dollars, that's when
Yeah,
you started losing. So you will take the trade and it goes against you. Now, if let's just say, for example, you needed two more dollars to make to reach the $1,000 goal, right? But when you take a trade, now it's negative. Now you need 12 maybe. Maybe you hit $10 loss, right? Now you need to make 12 more dollars. Now in your head, you're thinking, okay, let me at least make these 10, and then the remaining two I'll make it tomorrow. But at
yeah,
the first stop, if you would have made those $2 tomorrow, then it was
yeah.
more easier, a lot easier.
And you think at
Um,
the time as well, you think, oh, it's only a few dollars, it'll be easy to make. So you're not as stringent on your strategy anymore. You're kind of overlooking, you're taking anything that looks half decent, you're taking
yeah.
just in order because you think, oh, it's gonna happen. It's so easy. How can it not happen? But the moment you drop your guard, the market humbles you so quickly.
And
Happens every time.
it's funny sometime when you're in this situation, like literally where you place your order, that is going to be the wick high or wick low, and then the market is going to drop from there. It's not even going to give you 1 point from there.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's you almost can't make it up sometimes. It sounds like
Yeah,
a film. Sounds like someone is directing the market specifically against you in those moments.
yeah.
But uh well, but like I said, your psychology then and your risk management is I think probably one of the biggest takeaways here. Yes, your strategy and everything, the way you trade it has definitely, a big impact. But I think bigger than that is 100% your risk management and psychology, having that one trade a day rule, taking your time with it. Because again, okay, you have 2 days minimum you have to trade to pass, but that's not a target. That's that's just bare minimum.
Yes.
Ideally, we would actually like to see people take their time because if you take your time, the chances of actually passing are way higher. If you take a month, most traders can pass that, but unfortunately, a lot of people want to pass in 2, 3 days. And that means they're putting way too much risk on way too quick. And and they go round that cycle. If you just carve out a month, say, okay, 1 month, I'm gonna pass this challenge, or just make a bit per day, every day, have a similar rule to you. If I have a
Hmm.
losing day, walk away. You'll realize by the end of the month, you will be close, or if not, have passed the challenge.
Yes.
Just take your time step by step with it, and
Yes.
that's the
Yes.
reality of it.
When I started, when I started trading and when I came to know about these prop firms, so I've tried like whole bunch. Even one, I just don't want to name them, but they ran away with my $30,000 payout. So
Ah,
yes, yes, I have 20 accounts with them, and then I managed to get the payout. The payout was approved, and then they ran away with the money. So they actually filed the bankruptcy. So
ah,
anyhow, long story short, so with basically the concept is when I was in the beginning when I was trading it again, like I was excited to pass it today, right? Just pass it today. From tomorrow I'm gonna start making money. Now we don't realize as a new traders, um, I mean I'm still a new trader, but like when you're like brand new, right? You don't realize like you gamble a lot. Sometime
yeah,
maybe you go with like 10 contracts and you make like $3,000 in a second and you pass your account. Now you pass the account. What's next now? Now how you're gonna trade it and how you're gonna make the actual money.
hmm,
That's where it comes in, right? So I've seen a lot of people, a lot of traders, they will just trade on the news and then it's either pass or fail, right?
mm,
But then my question to them is always like, okay, you pass it, it was the luck, right? How you're gonna make the money? So why not
yeah,
just take your time and pass the account just the way you wanted to trade every day? So then okay, if I make, let's just say, 250 a day, okay, I'm gonna pass my account in 1 month, right? 20 days or
yeah,
30 days, whatever. And then same way, if I take 1 month to pass it, then I am going to be used to with it, right? I will be, because once you started seeing big numbers, you get more greedy. And then when you see big numbers, green, then same thing, reversal is the big red numbers and losing the accounts.
yeah.
So I always take the approach where I divide it. So let's just say if I get an account and I have to make $3,000, I am gonna divide those 3,000 with 10 days.
Hmm.
So I wanted to pass the count in 10 days, and then the remaining 10 days of the month I wanted to make the money or make the threshold onto that so that I can, go
Yeah.
further with that account.
That's a really smart way of looking at it. That's the perfect way of looking at it, in fact. So I really hope to the viewers watching, really take on board what Faisal just said there. Um, that is the way to do it. So there is no other way. If
Yeah,
you're trading news, hoping, YOLOing it, that you will get lucky. Look, you of course you can get lucky. 50-50 shot almost. But like you said, it's not going to be consistent. You're not going to be in it for the long term. You might scrape out one payout if you're lucky then, but then you blow the account and you got to start from scratch again. It never works out. Better just like you said, treat it like a business, as an
yes.
actual business, as a career, and then you'll see in 6 months' time you'll be so much further down the line than if you just kind of try to make as much money in the shortest amount of time possible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah,
So,
it's like you cannot become a millionaire overnight, right? You have to
oh,
you have to
definitely not.
stick with
Yeah.
it. You have to do it every day. So it's funny how the trading works is this is the easiest way to make money.
Hmm.
And then this is the hardest way to make money because see, like a lot of people like average job, like let's just say if someone is making $25 per hour, right? So they will work for like 10 hours or 12-hour shift,
Yeah.
and let's just say their take home is 250. Now on trading, you can sit down and you can click on NQ and you can make that 250, right? But now what's happening next? You make that 250, but somehow you are not accepting that, and you were saying,
Yeah.
oh, this is so easy, let me make another one. Like if I make 250, let me make 250 more. Now when you go for make more, then you're not going to wait for your actual setup and you're going to rush for it, and then you're going to lose everything.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. And, I've had this conversation with other people as well. Exactly what you just mentioned there. A lot of people are not happy with money that is really good in comparison to what their current income is. and they're just not happy with it. They want more and more, and they want it so quick. And it blows my mind because if you put 250 in dollars or in cash in front of someone and said, "Here, you can take that," they'll say, "Hell yeah!" I'd rather
Yeah,
bag the 250 now than have maybe a 20% chance of making 2,500. You see what I mean? So,
yeah,
of course, take the money while it's available. And it's funny because trading, you have to have a level of greed. Greed is probably the wrong word, but you have to have like that kind of drive um, to become a trader, to be interested in it and to study it and get there. But at the same time, to be successful, you have to also suppress that same emotion, you
yes,
know? Because if you allow that emotion to rule you, you become essentially a gambler on the
yes,
market. So
yes,
it's a fine balance. But it
yes,
is an easy job, but a very hard job at the same time. And that's
correct.
yeah, that's what makes it so incredible at the same time.
Yeah.
Faisal, I do want to move on really quickly to talk a little bit about Ola Prime. So you've had the payout with us of 1,200, a little bit over $1,200. How has your experience been with us so far?
It was very good. It was very good experience. I've never like I said, I've it's been 2 years of trading, and I have tried pretty much all of the trading firms. I'm not saying they're not good, but like you're the best. So
Thank you.
my like literally, it's not like it's not a paid. We're not like making a
No, no, of
commercial or
course.
anything. But my honest opinion is, I have never seen a trading firm like this before. I took my trade on the fifth day, right? And then when I managed to reach my goal, I simply went on and I hit the payout button, and I got the email that how you want to get paid, and I choose Rise. And like before I even like get up, before I finish my trading session, the money was in my Rise account. So I've
That's
never
amazing.
had a fastest payout. Even your own, even if you have your live account, your broker takes more days to send you the
Yeah.
money than the Ola Prime. So I'm very happy. I've really I actually started a 150 K challenge with you guys now.
Ah,
So
lovely.
after getting my payout, and then I was like, no, I can trust them now. So let me
Perfect.
let me get another
Perfect.
one now.
Well, you've answered my second question because my second question would have been, what is the future for you? Are you looking to get more accounts?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My plan is to get as much money I can from you guys. So the goal is to get 10 accounts, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Go for 1 million. Of course, why
Oh yeah,
not?
absolutely.
Absolutely. You're doing incredibly well. Your system, the way your like, and I keep going back to it, the way your psychology is, in your risk management, it will allow you to never get even close to the risk limits. Unless you do something really out of character randomly, which I don't think you will do. You'll never get close to the risk limits. Will you have losing days? Of course, everyone does. Will there
Yes.
be, times where, okay, you might even have two losing trades in a row? Of course, it happens. But you'll never ever get close to blowing the account or losing it or anything like that. So theoretically, as long as you keep doing what you're doing, by the end of every, payout cycle, whenever your payouts are, you'll have something, you'll be able to actually enjoy, get a payout, enjoy it. So if you build up to a bigger capital to like 1 million, well, you can do the math.
Well,
10
that's a
times of
goal.
what you're doing.
That's a goal.
Yeah. It's going to
Yeah,
be
we'll see how it goes.
it's definitely going to be, substantial like I wouldn't say life-changing, but definitely a bigger, a noticeable improvement in your
Oh,
finances
absolutely.
when you get to that
Absolutely. And
stage.
and it can be surely it can be life-changing, because there's a lot of potential in trading, right? You
Yeah.
just need to be like disciplined, and then you
Yes.
can make money. No problem, no question whatsoever. It's like I said in the beginning, it's so easy to make money and it's so hard to make money. Easy, you wait for it and you grab it and you make money, and you just close it and you walk away happily with whatever you make, right? And hard is, if you know like your capacity is to make like $100 or $200 a day, and then you're
Mhm.
you're aiming for $1,000 a day, then it's hard. Then you're not gonna go there unless you
Yeah.
slowly build yourself, and then you get to the point where you can maybe make more than $1,000.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, Faisal, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you today. Thank you so much for coming
Well,
on,
I appreciate
sharing
it.
your story, sharing your strategy and your indicator with us, and everything in between. It's been truly a pleasure to see and witness. So thank you again so
Sure,
much.
sure.
And I'm
Absolutely.
sure in the future we'll do more of these. I have no doubt that you'll be with us for a long time, and we'll be sending you many more payouts as you progress and grow in this
Absolutely.
company. And yeah, I can't wait to have a catch up in the future with you again and see how
Sure,
far you've
sure.
come from now. So that would
We'll
be
do that.
amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Faisal.
Alrighty. Thank you. Thank you for
And
having me.
to all the viewers, thank you guys for watching as well. If you enjoyed this video, do leave a like, subscribe, turn on channel notifications, do all that good stuff as it really does help us out. And more importantly, also check in the description down below, join our Discord button. Our Discord is a great community full of traders like yourself, sharing ideas, sharing their success stories. We've got exclusive competitions and so much stuff. And you can interact with our coaches one-on-one there as well. So it's really awesome place to be and well worth joining. And plus, it's completely free to join as well. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Faisal, for coming on again.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank
see
you
you
for having
again
me.
very soon. Take
Thank you.
care.
Bye-bye.
Hola Prime, trade with transparency.